Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Welcome to my crafty home on this beautiful Make a Card Monday. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. Welcome to all of my new friends. Welcome back to my longtime viewers and supporters. Thank you all so very much for being such a positive part of my channel. Today is Make a Card Monday. Y'all, I am so proud of today's project that I cannot wait to show it to you. I love how it turned out. It is a very easy to make interactive card that I think anyone that you'll give it to will love it. So here it is. I'm not going to open it just yet. I'll give you a closer look in just a minute, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's a closer look at today's awesome little card. Now, I haven't decorated the front because sometimes for me, the paper on the front is so beautiful that I really don't want to add any embellishment, and that is the case with this paper. I think it makes an awesome card cover. Now, you can add embellishment to yours if you like, but when making cards, sometimes choosing a paper that is heavily embellished and beautifully printed is all that you need. So when finished, this card is going to be 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and it will have a 1/4 inch fold on it. We have a nice little fold over flap to keep the card closed. I'm closing it with Velcro, and then when I open it, this is the card. It probably looks pretty simple because it is, but what I love about this card is that you're able to send several messages to the person that you might be giving it to. And how do we do that? Well, we have a little spinner right here. So this message says, spread joy. I'm going to try to hold that up so you can see it. This one says, it's a beautiful day. This one says, life is lovely. And this one says, smile. So depending on the message that you put on the inside, this truly is one of those any season, any reason, anyone cards that we can make. And then on this side, I have the writing space for my message. We fold it and we close it with Velcro. Y'all, it's so easy, but it is so elegant. So here is what we're going to need to make the card. I have my white writing space, which measures 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. I have the mat for this, and it measures 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Then we have the paper that's needed to make this, and it measures 11 by 6. Then I have this fun, festive outside piece that will be the outside of my card, and this piece measures 12 by 5 1/4. Then I have a scrap piece that I'll be using to cut my circle. I have a template for cutting out the window opening for the message. I have some scrap acetate that I'll be using to cover that opening that we cut for the message. And then I'm going to be using some pop dots. Now these pop dots came in an Anna Griffin card making kit. All of her card making kits include pop dots. So I probably have hundreds of pop dots. And as y'all know, I am on a mission to shop my stash. Nothing new here. Everything that I'm using is from what I already have. Haven't purchased a single new thing to be able to make this. And then I'll be using some of my mini brads, and to cut my circle template, I will be using just a regular tape roll. So the first thing we're going to do is make the card jacket. We are going to score at 5 1/4, 5 1/2, then 10 3/4, and 11. And now we're simply going to fold and burnish all of those scores. And there aren't many. So there is the card's jacket. We're going to go ahead and place down the inside matting, which will go right there. And this will go on top. So we're going to go ahead and just put the card body together. And then we'll work on the other part. So I am just going to take this, try to get it centered, Then I'll take my tape roller, add some tape to the back of this. And now we'll take this piece and we're basically just going to try and center it on this side. And so there we have the shell or the body of the card made. Now we're going to make the little inside that will hold our spinner. So we're going to take a piece that measures 11 by 6. We're going to score this at 1/2 inch, at 5.5, and at 10.5 on the 11-inch side. Then we're going to rotate it to the 6-inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, rotate it to the opposite 6-inch side, and score at 1/2 inch. So again, we are going to fold and burnish all of our scores. And right here where I folded on the center, we are going to make cuts on both sides of that score mark to angle out a triangle. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And then on our end pieces, we are just going to go into that intersection, angle in there and there, and we do it on all 4 sides. So there's that intersection right there, and we're just going to angle and angle on both sides of that intersecting score. So now I'm going to take my tape runner, and I am just going to add tape, and we're going to close this. Close those. Go over them with my spatula. And then I'll take just this one, and I'm going to fold it over. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fold it backwards. You can fold yours inward if you want. I just decided to fold that piece backwards. And this will be the back. So now we have our card and we need to make our cuts. This cut and this cut. So I will have my booklet folded, and all I'm going to do is to make this cut, we are going to go to the center mark here. Just find your center. You can eyeball it, or you can make a little notch with your pen. And I am going to make a triangle. Now you can put yours in your trimmer if you want. I'm just going to freehand this. So I am going to just eyeball in about 1 inch. And I'm cutting through both. And then I'll do the same thing here. I'm just notching out that little opening that I need to be able to spin the card. Now, please keep in mind that this is handcrafted. It's never going to be perfect, but we can get it to a point where we are pretty doggone close and very satisfied with the outcome. So now I have this laying flat, and on the side that I folded backwards, that's the back. So we are going to take this piece and just place it down like that. Where you place it is completely up to you. And the size of your template is also determined by you. The size of your template needs to be big enough so that the majority of your message is shown. So I just cut out some templates and tested the one that I like, and I would suggest that you do the same. Cut out a variety of templates, and when you're using that guinea pig paper to practice, practice with different sizes of templates to get the look that you want. So now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it down, trying to get it straight. Won't be perfect. And then I'm just going to trim out around this. And so there is my triangle cut out. Yours does not have to be a triangle. This does not have to be a triangle. You can notch in a half circle. You can use your circle punch, oval punch, anything that you want to use. It is completely up to you. And as I'm demoing this, if you have ideas on different ways that you want to try, by all means, give those a try. You don't necessarily have to follow the steps that I'm doing. You might be able to tweak it to make it work better for you. And you even might have ideas that you want to try with this. So if you can think it, give it a try. So now we have this piece like this, and I'm going to set it with that piece because we need to cut out a circle so that we can use it on the inside. And I'm going to bring in some scrap paper, and I'm also going to bring in a tape roll because this is what I used to cut mine. So basically all I'm doing is tracing this roll. Then when I cut it out, I cut out so that I was cutting on the outside of the circle. So once I have a template that is a workable size for me, meaning that when I put it down on the inside, I'll be able to spin it and have nothing but white showing, then I have the size that I want. So this would be my template, and if it is the right size, I'm going to write the word template on it. Then I'm going to save it because I know it is the right size when I decide to make more of these cards. So when you do put it down and you do trace around it, when you're cutting your actual project piece, you're then going to cut on the line and you should have the size that you need. So here is my piece that I have cut out. And when I put it in, I am going to put it in so that it is fairly close to the top, but not on the top. And then I'll bring it out far enough so that you'll know that this is where you insert the finger to start spinning this. And I basically came in about 1/2 inch. So once we have our template piece cut and we're ready to place it in, all I'm going to do is put it in, make sure that it's not hitting the spine and it doesn't stick out over the top. And then I'm just going to make a hole like that. Then I can bring in one of my little mini brads, take my piece, put the brad through that hole, open the brad, and this is what will allow the card to spin. Then you want to test it to make sure you're able to go all the way around without a gap there. And I see that it's working fine. So now that we have our part like this, we're going to go ahead and do the message decorating. So because my card has such a fun, whimsical outside, I have decided to make this more of a happy card. So I am going to use this happy, fun sticker sheet. So I have one that says, "You make me smile." I am just going to take that and place it down. Now when I place it down, you can see some of it is sticking out, and that's okay because all I'm going to do is now I can lift this and just push it through. So you make me smile. I'll turn it, find another little message. This one says, "Let the sun in." I'm going to put that one right there, lift up. And now I'll turn it again. I should be able to get 4 messages on here. So basically when I'm turning it so that the last message I put in is out of sight. So when the end of the last message is here, I can put down another message here. So I am going to take this one that says happy, put that there, spin my card, and this time I'm only able to get 3 in because of how big they are. But I think what I am going to do is I'm just going to pop in a few of these so that I'll always have something showing. We'll just take this, pop it right there, and then we're going to take another little piece and pop it right there. So you're able to see that once we start spinning this, we're always going to have some fun little messages going around. So simple to do. So now that we have this piece down, we're going to go ahead and cover the triangle on the inside with acetate. So to make it easier for me, I am just going to remove my piece. I have my scrap piece of acetate. So I am going to cut a piece of that. So I'm not measuring or anything. I'm just cutting some scrap acetate and then just test fitting it. And I think that works fine. So what I'm going to do at this point is take some tape, put some tape right there. Then I'm going to add tape right to the edges because I really don't want that tape showing through the window. And now I should be able to put this down. I'm going to take my scissors and trim off that little bit at the top. And now we have a nice acetate window. We can take our card and put it back in. And now when we spin it, everything is behind that acetate and it's so stinking cute. So now we're going to close this, and I am going to close mine by adding some tape here, some tape here. I don't want to add any tape where it might interfere with the spinning mechanism. So I'll put some tape here. You can use glue if you want. Tape here. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some tape there, some tape there, some tape right here on the corner. And now we should be able to close this and have a nice secure seal on it. And now we can spin it all the way around. So we are ready to take this and we're ready to place it down. Now I'm going to be placing mine down using some of these pop dots. You don't necessarily have to place yours down with pop dots. I just find that having a little bit of elevation made it easier for me to get my finger inside to spin. But it was spinning fine without it. So I am just adding some pop dots. And I'm being pretty generous with them. So we'll put one there. And we'll put one right in the middle. You can even use the Dollar Tree foam tape or any foam tape that you happen to have. So now I'm peeling away the backers from all of these pop dots. So now that we have all of the backers removed, I am going to take this, place it inside of my card, close to the score mark, but not on the score mark. Then I'm going to use my spatula to make sure that I have a nice stick on this. And now you can see that there's a slight elevation so that when we take our finger, we can just spin, spin, spin. So now that we have our fun, whimsical card, that is exactly how I intend to decorate it. So I am just going to pick some of the flowers, and I'm going to pick this one first because once I get it stuck, it is going to cover the little mechanism. Then I'm going to take just a few more and I'm going to put them down like this. I am going for the fun and the whimsical with this card because I think the outside paper pretty much spoke to it being that. So now I'm just going to use my scissors to trim away these two little hangover pieces. I think that that is stinking cute and delightful. So I am going to close this because I do want to put a sticker on the outside of this one, and it says that the grass is greener with you. Not even going to pop it up with anything else because I like how that stands out. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to round these edges. Not something you have to do, I just like the look of it. So I rounded the edges of my flap. When I open it, I want to put a little something here. So this little bird has definitely been speaking to me. So I'm going to take him and put him right there so we can write our message up top. Then I want to put something right here on this little flap. So then right here, I think I'm just going to take some of these little flowers and put them right there. This is just giving me the fun, whimsical look that I want for this card. Y'all, this card is definitely a pick-me-up. So I am going to bring in my Velcro, and I'm only going to use one dot on this project. So I want to make sure that I get it nice and stuck. I'm going to cut it in half. And we're going to put half in this corner and the other half in this corner. Now I can take this, we can close it. And y'all, how delightful and stinking cute is this? If you're giving this to someone, you don't even need an envelope. You can just hand it to them as is because it's a fold over. And if you wanted to, you can add a pocket right here on the inside so that you can tuck something in if you want it. So I'm bringing this nice and close so that you can see how well this spins and the cheeriness of this card. So I am going to bring that first one back in because it has a more mature look to it. Would be perfect for Mother's Day. It would be perfect for birthdays or perfect as a pick-me-up. Like I said, any season, any reason, anyone. And these cards, as you just saw, are so easy to make that I know you are going to have loads of fun making some for any season, any reason, anyone. So I hope that you have enjoyed this awesome Make a Card Monday video. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.